Film, motion pictures, videos and shit. The act and art of visually recording reality. Let me tell you something about the Dope Man. He loves movies.
I know everything about film. I've seen over 240 of them.
And he has selected his 25 favorites for preservation in the Library of Dopeness. I'm Nintendo Dope Man, and these are the Dopest Films. An anthology of 4 traditional Japanese ghost stories, this classic's fingerprints can be felt in every J-horror film since.
すると、向かいがやってくるに違いない。だがの、どんなことがあっても返事をしてはならんぞ。
Stop, Pilgrim!
There aren't many great movies for gamers.
What do you play?
Zelda.
There aren't many great movies with Michael Cera.
I'll leave you alone forever now. Thanks.
But this one's both.
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes.
Ingmar Bergman's magnum opus is the premier experimental art house film and continues to defy analysis and categorization.
Nej, nu måste jag gå och lägga mig. Jag somnar du.
Honey, don't be weird.
All right, honey, I won't be weird.
Okay.
Hot and cold, sweet and sour, funny and sad.
You like Pink Floyd?
American Beauty is a tangle of contradictions satirizing the monotony of modernity.
But it's hard to stay mad when there's so much beauty in the world.
Allow me to introduce our American visitors. I must ask you to forgive their somewhat lackadaisical manners, but I have conditioned them, or brainwashed them, which I understand is the new American word.
The hypnotic political thriller of the McCarthy scare about a sleeper agent leads up to a single lesson: question authority. From your mother to your motherland.
52 Red Queens and me are telling you, you know what we're telling you? It's over. The links, the beautifully conditioned links are smashed.
Greetings and congratulations, Captain.
Disney Pixar films are masterclasses in screenwriting, and their warning dressed as a robot tasked with cleaning the earth after humans have rendered it uninhabitable hits home pretty hard.
Operation Cleanup has, failed. Wouldn't you know, rising toxicity levels have made life unsustainable on Earth.
EWA 517, do you want to report a UFO? Over.
Negative. We don't want to report.
In a world where too many sci-fi movies portray aliens as harbingers of the apocalypse, Steven Spielberg works his signature brand of magic to fuse mystery and hope into an idealistic scenario of mankind's welcome wheel into the cosmic community.
This means something. It's important.
Silence. Sentite le voci delle sorgenti. Acque felici la chiamavano i latini.
Fellini's 8.5 picture is a reflexive allegory into the personal, public, and professional struggles of the creative process.
Siamo soffocati dalle parole, dalle immagini, dai suoni che non hanno ragioni di vita, che vengono dal vuoto e vanno verso il vuoto. A un artista veramente degno di questo nome non bisognerebbe chiedere che quest'atto di lealtà, educarsi al silenzio.
If you're frightened of dying and you're holding on, you'll see devils tearing your life away. But if you've made your peace, then the devils are really angels, freeing you from the earth.
When a Vietnam veteran's shell shock becomes hauntingly hallucinatory, he spirals down the ladder to uncover the truth about his past, present, and future.
See, according to this, you're already dead.
This overlooked horror gem was a major influence on Silent Hill. Just look at that hospital scene.
Una decina d'anni fa mio padre era a Monaco. Mi ha raccontato che spesso la sera dopo il teatro andava con gli amici in una birreria e c'era uno squilibrato un po' buffo che parlava di politica. Era diventata un'attrazione. Gli pagavano da bere, le citavano. E lui saliva su un tavolo e faceva dei discorsi da pazzo furioso. Era Hitler.
An Italian period piece reflecting on fascism, this case study into the psychology of conformity features stylish lighting and camera work that accentuates its tragic themes.
Perché devo leggere questa lettera?
Vuoi proprio che te lo dica? Perché sei un fascista, una spia. Sei un verme. Mi fai schifo, mi fai schifo. Mike Judge's cult comedy shines a fluorescent light on the mundanity and misery of wasting your life in the working class.
We don't have a lot of time on this earth. We weren't meant to spend it this way. Human beings were not meant to sit in little cubicles staring at computer screens all day.
What are you doing? We don't stop here.
A movie as enigmatic as its creator, The Love Story in the City of Dreams is my favorite Lynch mystery.
That girl is not in my film!
It's no longer your film.
Vocês são ainda da Cidade de Deus?
É, a gente mora lá.
Olha, vocês têm que sair de lá, gente. Vocês têm que estudar. Pra sair lá daquela comunidade lá. Lá da favela. Muito polícia, muito bandido também.
This film can only be described as the Brazilian Pulp Fiction. And it's amazing.
Uma fotografia podia mudar minha vida. Mas na Cidade de Deus, se correr o bicho pega. E se ficar o bicho come.
Within the first few seconds of Amélie, it becomes very clear that Junette is the Wes Anderson of France.
Dans ce monde, les disques vinyles sont fabriqués comme des crêpes.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll read lots of subtitles in this innocent introvert's tale about the nature of kindness.
Amélie a soudain le sentiment étrange d'être en harmonie totale avec elle-même. Tout est parfait en cet instant. La douceur de la lumière, ce petit parfum dans l'air, la rumeur tranquille de la ville. Elle inspire profondément et la vie lui paraît alors si simple et si limpide qu'un élan d'amour, comme un désir d'aider l'humanité entière, la submerge tout à coup.
Danny Boyle encapsulates the experience of heroin as perfect as Lou Reed before him. The tragic comedy of Renton, Spud, Sick Boy, and Begbie is one of those movies that's so damn perfect it spawned a perfect sequel.
There's better things than the needle rains. Choose life.
You've heard the story of Jesse James, of how he lived and died. If you're still in need of something to read, here's the story of Bonnie and Clyde.
During the Summer of Love in '67, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway made history in a biopic about America's most notorious love-drunk bandits. It revolutionized the application and perception of sex and violence. After that iconic ending, cinema would never be the same.
Los Angeles is a desert community. Beneath this building, beneath our streets, is a desert. And without water, the dust will rise up and cover us as though we never existed.
Like Orson Welles as William Hearst in Citizen Kane, Jack Nicholson investigates a portrayal of William Mulholland in Chinatown to tell the story of the California water wars that prefaced the cancerous expansion of Los Angeles.
I just want to know what you're worth. Over 10 million?
Oh, my, yes.
Why are you doing it? How much better can you eat? What can you buy that you can't already afford?
The future, Mr. Gitz. The future.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Dago Wop, Guinea, garlic bread
fried chicken and biscuit eating.
Bullshit Reverend Sun Young Moon, Puerto Rican cocksucker. You asshole.
Yo! Hold up! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out.
In this story, everyone is both victim and culprit. Do the Right Thing is an epic poem about the futile absurdity of hating something as insignificant as genetics.
You miss them! And that's the double truth. Root.
Always do the right thing.
Fight the power!
Wait, let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
In the most sophisticated stoner flick ever, a 90s hippie slacker is thrust into a classic crime caper.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
I love you, honey bunny.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Any of you fucking pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
Tarantino's seminal work is a movie by and for cinephiles, and so damn good that it's the most successful indie movie ever, and was instantly considered an all-time classic.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you! I double dare you, motherfucker!
This darkly humorous crime drama revolutionized the meaning of style with alinear narratives, extended dialogues, and the many emulations and homages to filmmaking and its history.
And I am the tyranny of evil men. But I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying real hard to be the shepherd.
What can you tell me about why you've been sent over here?
Well, as near as I can figure out, it's because I, fight and fuck too much.
Based on Ken Kesey's chief narrated novel, Jack Nicholson's first starring role puts him in the jumpsuit of committed rascal Randall McMurphy, and pits him against the oppressive Nurse Ratched, as they compete over the mostly voluntarily disturbed minds of the other patients, in a story that lobotomizes the absurdity, cruelty, and inefficiency of mental health institutions.
Jesus, I mean, you guys do nothing but complain about how you can't stand it in this place here, and then you haven't got the guts just to walk out? I mean, what do you think you are, for Christ's sake, crazy or something? Well, you're not. You're not.
You've got a nice place. It's not every man that can live off the land, you know. Do your own thing in your own time. You should be proud.
The pinnacle counterculture film, Dennis Hopper's tragic dive into the journey of the hippies finds two glazy-eyed dreamers crossing a country trapped in a western slumber.
Oh, they're not scared of you. They're scared of what you represent to them. Amen. All we represent to them, man, is somebody who needs a haircut. Oh. What you represent to them is freedom.
Take a load off,
Do you want to be an angry prophet denouncing the hypocrisies of our times?
Yeah, I think I'd like to be an angry prophet denouncing the hypocrisies of our times.
The literary genius of Paddy Chayefsky produced one of the greatest screenplays in the medium.
I wouldn't interfere with the actual news itself, but TV is showbiz, Max.
And even the news has to have a little showmanship.
And the unlikely legend of Howard Beale paints a stark and prescient picture of sensationalism in the media.
I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
There's an old joke. Two elderly women are at a Catskill Mountain resort, and one of them says, boy, the food at this place is really terrible. The other one says, yeah, I know, and such small portions. Well, that's essentially how I feel about life. Full of loneliness and misery and suffering and unhappiness, and it's all over much too quickly.
Seems
Woody Allen's open love letter to Diane Keaton is the holy bible of cool, edgy romantic comedies that men would drag their girlfriends to watch.
I have a very pessimistic view of life. You should know this about me if we're going to go out. You know, I feel that life is divided up into the horrible and the miserable. Those are the two categories, you know. The horrible would be like, I don't know, terminal cases, you know, and blind people and cripples. I don't know how they get through life. It's amazing to me, you know, and the miserable is everyone else. So when you go through life, you should be thankful that you're miserable, because you're very lucky.
One of the coolest and most controversial classics in all of cinema. I just love every little bit about this film. The colors, the set design, the score, the wardrobe, the Russo-Shakespearean language. Everything down to the smallest detail is perfect and prepared as per method of the dopest filmmaker of all time, Stanley Kubrick.
You got a good home here, good loving parents. You got not too bad of a brain. Is it some devil that crawls inside of you?
No film has ever justified its use of violence so poetically than the parabolic redemption of Alex DeLarge, by inquiring if evil is a disease, and if it's evil, to cure it.
Violence is a very horrible thing. That's what you're learning now. Your body's learning it.
Pretty well, little brother. Pretty well.
Like the dopest games, I limited this list to one film per director. There's too many dope-ass movies out there, and I might have to make a few more dope-ass videos about them. Too bad today it's all superheroes and comic books, but the past 100 years is inundated by thousands of amazing films that will stand in one of the four corners of technological and cultural renaissance known as the 20th century. So get downloading before...